In today's video, I'm going to quickly go over some of the key tools that I use on a daily basis to help save me hours per week when running my business. Just before we jump into it, at the moment almost ready to launch my community here now. Link below, you should see it. Again, what we're doing here in the community is pretty much covering AI, covering marketing, and helping people build out businesses from the ground up. So again, we're going to have a host of information in this that's going to massively help, obviously, for you and your business in growth. So as I mentioned, these are the tools that I use on a daily basis, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through them quickly and then go back and show you how I potentially use, say, for creating an Instagram and managing kind of social media. So the first things first, you can see here is obviously ChatGPT. Now everyone, I'm not going to go through this, everyone knows how to use ChatGPT, but the key here is what I use it for is the daily workhorse, where it does a lot of my kind of analysis of information I have, back and forth, just getting a better idea of where we're going with different things. And that is pretty much the key reason why I use ChatGPT for. I also use Gemini AI, another AI. So again, if you have Google Workspace, you can get access to this, to Gemini, for free, and obviously a host of other AI services from Google. But Gemini is much different than obviously ChatGPT in terms of what I use it for. I would use Gemini a lot for helping me create images, creating stock B-roll footage for obviously videos, and also for images as well for it. I also use it for deep research, where it allows me to kind of analyze different topics within my own industry. So obviously for me, it's marketing, and what I want to do is maybe analyze local trends, current trends, things like that. And I find Gemini AI to be actually brilliant for this. Another tool that I use is in the Google family as well, which is obviously Google AI Studio. This is excellent for pretty much being able to create images with text, because with Google AI Studio, they have features in it to have Imagine, which allows you to create much more better images with text understanding than what you would use over here with Nano Banana over on Google Gemini itself. So the Google AI Cloud Studio is a must-have, I think, for anyone, especially if you're looking for something different that's going to set you apart from everyone else. Now, the reason why I like this so much is because I tend to focus on lead magnets, but I focus on them with a different approach. So many people create lead magnets, and what ends up happening is they're creating them with PDFs, and they're very simple, basic ways to download. However, I've created this never run out of content ideas. Again, if you're interested in getting access to this, the link is below in the description. Just click it and fill in the information here, and it'll get sent this tool here. So I'm going to quickly show you how to use this, and this is going to tie into more of what I do on a daily basis as well here. So you get access to this tool, and straight away you have two options here. You can add the information about your business in here by hand, but I've added information here of a nutrition business, and what I'm going to do is pretty much I built out a PDF on this. Now, in the community, if you click the link here, it brings us back over to the community, and I talk about this in this module here, create your own business overview. This is pretty much the cornerstone for everyone. They should have within their business, especially if they're using AI, because what it's going to do is going to give AI much more context and much more information in your business. So this would take you a bit of time to create, and then what happens is you can allow it to generate your content. So again, we're looking for content. We're going to want it split evenly across the stages of the marketing funnel. So top, middle, bottom, and retention. We want it in an educational tone, of course. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click generate and continue on with the rest of the video. So we'll come back to this in a minute. The other three tools that I use, I suppose technically four tools that I use regularly, is I use Get Response, which allows me to generate landing pages. And like I mentioned over here, we can click create landing pages very quickly. You can easily just copy this, duplicate it, and make a few generic changes to it, or you can get AI to create it for you in Get Response. And I think this is one of the key reasons why I use Get Response, because it's so easy to kind of start up a landing page, create contact lists, and overall build up your email list, which I think is the number one thing that every business owner should be doing, regardless of where you are operating on, what social platform you're on. You need to build up your email list. Next one is Canva. I use Canva for pretty much everything from thumbnail designs to carousel images to everything in between. I think the ability here to create, obviously, again, stock footage for videos, for reels, anything like that is unreal, and I think it's massively powerful, even with the latest updates that it's had. So this brings us on to the next tool that I use, and this next one is ManyChat. Now this is obviously more of a focus toward social media, towards Instagram, and I suppose that's the key thing here. So I love ManyChat for the simple reason that it allows you to kind of really connect closer with your audience. Now I have this automation set up at the moment that it's when people follow my Instagram account, to get a DM from me. So obviously straight away I thank them for the follow, go through about information about that. Then what happens is people, if they want the free access to this tool, again, this is this tool here, I send them over the landing page link in the DMs here, and that's it. Thanks very much, blah blah blah, and away they go. So straight away their first connection with me is, obviously I've thanked them straight away for following them, they feel connected. I've also given them something free that can help them obviously on their business journey, and in turn then the next step here is I've either gathered them obviously information from this in terms of obviously their email address, so straight away they're onto my email list, and then they go into an email sequence as part of this that eventually tries to kind of nurture them, give them more information before we kind of start pushing a bit more about the community. And I think maybe after 7 or 8 emails they get a link about the community, talking about what we will be doing in it and what is being done in it, and I think that's one of the key things there. Also with ManyChat you can actually have, you often see it I suppose on Instagram, that people talk about comment the word growth and they'll get something sent to them. I think one of the great features of this is it allows you to engage with people, but the thing about it is if you have it set up, the automation set up right, it's going to allow you to get them to follow you before you send the information on. So in turn it's going to grow your overall followers, it's going to get more engagement, more comments, and obviously again what's happening is you're going to get more emails and building up your email list. Again, control of your own audience, and you're not on their platform relying 100% on it. And the last one I have here is called Repurpose.io. Repurpose.io, I use it basically to repurpose my content. It gets me around onto different platforms without actually having to spend a day to day doing it. So you can see here straight away I have my Sale Header Marketing, TikTok to my YouTube Shorts, my TikTok to Pinterest, again my Instagram Reels to TikTok. We have from my Instagram Reels to my Facebook Reels, and again the manual option here is Instagram Reels to LinkedIn personal feed. Now the key thing, what I really like about it, and I'll tell you why this is not auto-publish, is it allows me to just focus on one channel. It allows me to upload Reels onto Instagram, and from there I know they're going to be sent around to every other channel. It's going to be sent with the information that I want, obviously text on it, but the key thing here is, for me personally, it's growth. It's going to allow you to get more views and potentially reach a wider audience. Now, I know some people will say Instagram Reels don't work on TikTok and vice versa, they don't work on YouTube. But the thing here is, as a small business owner, you need to try and leverage as much tools you can without actually having to swamp yourself down with more work. So this is ideal for me. It generates, I can get roughly 7,500, nearly 8,000 impressions or something like that on my Instagram account at the moment, and pretty much they're going to follow right through all platforms because all the content is being produced and being pushed onto it. And if you can see down here with the Instagram Reels to LinkedIn, for this I just manually process it every day. So I just have to click a button, click the view workflow, and from there then I can pretty much schedule my latest Reels. I like to do this because then what I can do is I can have a bit more creative freedom over the actual text series that's going to be displayed on LinkedIn, because if most people are well aware that LinkedIn, you need to approach it differently than the standard social accounts. But again, it just allows you a little bit of creativity and a bit of freedom to change it around a bit there. So they are the main tools, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly show you how I would kind of use this in the process of creating a carousel image, and how all the tools kind of combine to make the process easier. So if we start first, we start over here with the never run out of content ideas. Now this is key, is obviously it's going to allow us to kind of start from a point and really build into it. So again, what we focus on is obviously nutritional business, and we have a load of different content ideas here. Educational at the top of the funnel, obviously middle, and the bottom of the funnel. So these are the ones that are going to actually pretty much sell your course or sell your membership or sell whatever you're wanting to be selling. And then we have retention. So it's up to you. You can take the idea from here, and from there you can jump over to ChatGPT or whatever chat you're using, and from there you pretty much input the information what you want. So we're looking for pretty much a carousel. It's broken down to themes and the slides. Now what I do recommend here is you put your own spin on this. Don't just copy this and go and get AI to create it for you. Just go through it. Does it make sense in your own business? Is there something you want to change? Give your own spin on it. If you're quirky and you tend to use certain type of language, again, what's going to happen anyway is if you have this built out correctly, your content is going to come across with that same tone. If you don't, you need to make sure obviously you edit it up a bit more and have a bit more information in it. So then we have two options here for the slides. We obviously want to create 4 or 5 slides, I think it is. So for this, what I do is I have Canva and pretty much the Google AI Studio for this. So you can see here I put in pretty much slide 1 into this, and from there this is what I got. You're training hard but not seeing results. It's not your workout, it's your nutrition. Again, is it a strong enough hook? I think it is, because you're going to have people that are training hard and maybe still not reaching their goals. So now what's happening is you're allowing yourself to kind of put a different spin on it and approach it from a different angle. And I think straight away that's going to connect with people very quickly. If it's a case with the same hook and the same slide 1, we use Canva. You can see here straight away with the Canva, the biggest problem is, well, I suppose 2 things. It creates really good visuals, but the problem is the text. The text is never 100% right on it. There's always a lot of mistakes to be made. So you can see this one here is not too bad. Mistake here, your nutrition hard working doesn't make sense there. I like the overall way it was done, but the problem is the text is wrong, and you don't want to get into a massive amount of changes. So again, what we can do here is, if we're using Canva, we can decide we want to edit and make some small tweaks, I suppose, to it. So you can see here one of the mistakes is, where is it? There's the text here. So what I'm going to try here quickly is see, can it do the magic erase? This could make the process a little bit easier. If not, we might have to just change the whole text. Yeah, so you can see already it's just not able to delete that information. I think it's because it's transparent kind of text on it. So what we're going to do is look to see, can we reset it? And next we go again to edit, and we can grab text. So now we need to change this. Obviously we need to grab all text. And from there, now we have all the text pretty much ready to remove. So with that, you have the option, you can delete it if you want, add more text, add in a heading, and bring it up to there. And now you can see very quickly how you can actually just put together some of the information that you actually wanted. And again, if you go into here, and I think you can actually change it. If you go to effects, go to hollow, and again you have the same, pretty much the same layout again. And there is another option there somewhere, I think, that you'll have text that you can actually see through it if you wanted to as well. So you can see how quickly you can go about with these, creating your carousels. Obviously that's the very first slide, the hook slide. You have the option over here, which is the first one. Again, I've done the same thing over here. The problem, most people get nutrition wrong because they eat healthy but don't track portions. Again, you might need to change the image here, alright? And then there's one more mistake on this, which was to eat words. If you bring this to Canva, you can easily just grab the information from it, and from there you can just make the changes that you want. So this is what I would do pretty much every time if I'm creating it. And what we can do, again, we can go up to edit. We have the option of magic erase, and all you want to maybe do is remove that is an option, or you might have to grab the entire text because it's going to leave a space in it. So again, grab the entire text. You can see how quickly your carousel can come together. And if you're anything like me and you struggle massively with the creative side of things, or getting started, spending way too long staring at the screen, you can see there in the space of maybe 2 or 3 minutes that we already have a carousel almost ready to go. And the next step is to fine tune this a bit more. And if you start to fine tune your prompts, what will end up happening is you can literally start creating the entire carousel in AI, and you can have pretty much something ready to go within more than likely 10 minutes, if not quicker. So yeah, that's pretty much my process, what the tools I use on a daily basis. And I'm not going to bog you down with the other tools that I use, but these are probably the key ones that I always have open on my tab. And they are some of the ones that pretty much save me a massive amount of time per week in general day-to-day stuff. So again, if you're interested in getting involved and joining the community, the link is all below in the description. I have a founders members rate obviously at the moment, and this will be running now for a while until I can build up the members and officially get through everything and understand more of what people want. But what I do as part of the founder is a free strategy call. It's a 90-minute session, and with this, there is no hidden paywall. There's nothing hidden in the background. I'll do a call with you, go over some of your key problems that you have in your business, give you an action plan for this, and pretty much you're good to go from there. And you can get that obviously as a bonus for joining right now as part of one of the founders. And again, as a founder, the membership will change over time. It will be increased. However, if you join now as a founding member, you'll be locked in at the $29 per month. This will never change for you and always be there unless you leave. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.